Hello, aspirants. Welcome to the Hi-Fi of the Day, Daily Current Affairs by Alchemy IAS Institute. I am Suhas, and we are going to discuss the five most important topic from news today. What will happen if Iran chooses to leave the nuclear non-proliferation treaty? The non-proliferation treaty is an international treaty to prevent countries from non-nuclear countries from acquiring nuclear weapons and preventing the proliferation of nuclear weapons. So what will happen if Iran exit from the treaty? This topic is relevant in the UPSC perspective. It is important for prelims as facts and concept and in international relations also. If Iran exit from nuclear non-proliferation treaty, it will be an end of International Atomic Energy Agency inspection in Iran. So there will not be any regular inspection by this International Atomic Energy Agency in Iran, and Iran can do anything without any supervision. And this regular checking will not be there. So the covert activities can be increased in Iran, the perspective of nuclear weapons and legal freedom to pursue nuclear weapons. Like the exit from NPT does not mean that Iran is going to create more nuclear bombs, but there won't be any restriction or legal restriction on Iran from creating these nuclear weapons, nuclear bombs. And it will be a precedent for other countries also. Like when Iran is exiting, with a special provision in the NPT, Article 10 of NPT, in an extraordinary circumstances that a country can exit. So Iran is citing this Israel attack on their nuclear settlement as an extraordinary circumstances. Iran says that their peaceful use of nuclear technology is being targeted by Israel. So they are exiting from NPT. So this will be a precedent to other countries. There other countries also will have this feeling of exiting from NPT, and this diplomatic and economic isolation will be there on Iran, that Iran is going to face more and more sanctions from US and Russia. Already US and China has a diplomatic relation with Iran. So they are going to also be in the dilemma, like whether to support Iran or not. And there is a potential for regional conflict and building of tension in the Middle East region, because Iran now doesn't have an NPT. So what will happen? How these nuclear technology or nuclear weapons being created? All these things. And this is a weakened global non-proliferation norms also. Green India mission launched by India. Now, what was the target? To increase the forest and tree cover on 5 million hectares and improve the forest quality on another 5 million hectares and enhance ecosystem services like carbon sequestration, biodiversity, and water. And it supports livelihoods of forest dependent communities. Now, a new version of this Green India Mission 2025 is being developed, and it is now has a special target like landscape specific restoration like Western Ghats, Aravalli ranges, like that, and integration with the Green Wall project to arrest the desertification and sandstorm. And Western Ghat interventions are there, and scientific approach and stakeholders feedback with these new Green India Mission 2025 target. FASTag will add annual pass scheme. So FASTag, like we have to recharge the FASTag, keep an account in sufficient account in FASTag account. So these things are going to be replaced with an annual FASTag. So the eligibility is private non-commercial vehicles, and validity will be 1 year or 200 trips, whichever is earlier, and the cost will be 3,000, and coverage will be national highways and national expressways also, and it is not valid on state highways or local toll plazas. So we can activate it with a present existing FASTag. We don't need to purchase another new one. We can activate it with a Rajya Marga Yatra app or NHI website. Can be purchased once exhausted before 1 year. Another news, INS Arnala, important for prelims, facts, and security. UPSC perspective, India's new coastal anti-submarine warfare warship. First of its kind, 16 anti-submarine warfare shallow watercraft class of warship, and named after Arnala Fort, the historical Arnala Fort of Maharashtra, and part of Indian Navy's effort to modernize and indigenous coastal defense, will replace the aging Abhay class corvettes. And what are the features? Propulsion, it's a diesel engine plus water jet. Water will be propelled from the engine, and for propulsion, India's largest warship using this combo, and 80% of the warship has been built in India indigenously with 55 MSM is involved here, and it's single centralized rocket launcher system. The design, it's ergonomic ship layout, and weapons are lightweight. Torpedoes are there, anti-submarine warship, warfare rockets are there, mine layings are, Abhay sonar is there, so like low frequency sonar is there, and composite system, integrated combat management system, and anti-submarine complex is also there. An article is why India should address its propulsion gap. So what is India's propulsion gap? Like, despite building sophisticated fighter aircraft like Tejas and AMC 5th generation stealth fighter, India is still depending on foreign engine for a fighter aircraft. Around 70 to 80% of the thrust of Indian military aviation comes from the imported engines. Like, we have this Kaveric engines project are there, but meant to power LCA, but has not succeeded due to technological hurdles. So what is the problem? How engine dependency hurt India? It delays in supplies of foreign engines disrupt the Indian Air Force readiness. India's future systems like AMCA, combat drones, and naval fighters are also at risk of foreign dependency, and it weakens India's strategic autonomy, exposes its supply to shocks, and exposes to supply shock. If a country is not supplying, India will be in shock, and it limits export of indigenous aircraft also. Current affairs drill question of the day. With reference to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, consider the following statement. India is a signatory to NPT and support its enforcement through International Atomic Energy Agency, and the NPT recognizes only those states as nuclear weapon state and that has tested nuclear weapons before January 1st of 1967. North Korea withdrawn from NPT after developing a nuclear weapon. So which among the above statement is or are correct? Options are given here. You mark your right answer and comment it in the comment section below.